Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for match 2 of the day. The first match of the day was Pan versus this 36th Stormo Verciale. Pan took it 2-0. We took about an hour break, and we are back for match 2 between 718 LNG and TAW, The Art of Warfare. So, guys, buckle up, grab your popcorn. This should be a good one. I'm excited about it. But first, as always, we need to do our rolling. So let me pull up stuff because I'm Moltar and I always forget things. And somehow I always forget to have this ready to go. But it only takes me a few seconds to bring it up. So dice roller, we'll bring up our trusty, handy-dandy dice roller for Dungeons & Dragons. Let's flip over and have a look-see. And for anybody that's new, if anybody's new that's here, we use a Dungeons & Dragons randomized dice roller to pick 6 map locations, 4 Persian Gulf, 2 on the Caucasus. We do this before every match. The teams have no idea which match they're going to be playing. I have no idea which match they're going to be playing. And let's get this done. Let's roll a d6. We rolled a 4. This is the same map we did earlier. So we're going to roll again because I don't want to do that one again. So we're going to fly Bandar Abu Dhabi. We do this one a lot, but, you know, we did that one this morning. We're not going to do it this morning. I'm going to roll it again. Bandar Abu Dhabi. So we rolled a 1. And let's get into it. So Yaga should be setting up the server. I'll throw you back to the studio for a second while I load up BCS. And I hope to God, I hope that we don't have any crashes today. I will be a sad panda if we have any crashes. It's just not fun. Luckily, we haven't missed any action. And we restarted our machine last time it happened. And I think it's going to... It shouldn't be any problem. Fine. Robski, if you want... I'm just trying to find disparity. If you want to go that way, we'll play the original role. We'll go down the role of Shiraz versus Kish. So... Let me let Yaga know. We'll do Shiraz versus Kish. I just don't like playing the same thing all the time. And we already saw Shiraz versus Kish today, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again. You can, Robski. We'll roll. We'll go for it. You know, we'll make it happen. You guys can. It'll happen. Okay. I did order my new microphone, Electro Voice RE20. It's gonna be, it's gonna be like, oh la la. It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited about it. Hopefully it comes in next week. We can get rid of this and maybe we'll get some more lowness going on in here. So I feel like this one doesn't necessarily do me justice. I got a lower voice than this thing makes it seem. I tuned some stuff, but the microphone's a little bright. It's a little bright. LF says Robski didn't have his morning beer today. Oh, the TAW guys giving each other crap. Good times. Good times. So we're just waiting on Yaga to get the mission set up. I sent him a PM to make it Shiraz versus Kish, and indeed, that is what he has done. So I gotta make sure I've got the right password here, but we should be good to go. Fat Blaster says the only thing wrong with 104 is they have no epic ninja cheese. That is a true statement. They do not have any epic ninja cheese. That is very true. How do you guys think today's matchup's gonna go down? How do we think this match is gonna play out? 718 versus TAW. Now I don't know that I don't know any of these TAW guys. So I don't know how this is going to go down. I know the Diamond League TAW team. It's pretty solid team. But I don't know about the Gold League. I don't know how their team is. If they're anything like the Diamond League, should be pretty good. No, I know nothing about 718. I've seen Hell Requiem fly. I've seen some of them fly, but I've never seen any of these guys fly together. So the matchup today is going to be between Kish and Shiraz because Robski didn't have his morning beer, and he had to have it his way. We're gonna see this one again. No feet wet action. It's all gonna be over the open desert. The open desert of Iran. How do you think this one's gonna play out? I'm pretty sure Elifro and Robski are gonna be a little bit biased. They're gonna be a little, you know, a little biased on who's gonna go who. But how do you guys in chat think this is going to play out? I have no clue. We've already established that. I want to see more organization than we saw in round 1. I want to see more shape. I want to see better altitude management. Nothing against the teams in round 1. I'm just being nitpicky. It's what I want to see here. It's what I want to see go down. Okay? So we're going to watch people depart out of Shiraz this time. We saw Kish earlier. We're going to watch Shiraz this time. TAW coming first. So let's jump in here and let's see what everybody's flying. So TAW are the only guys in here. They're in F-15s. Venom is in a J-11. See if we can tell these gents. So primarily an F-15 side coming from TAW. Frosty, Insider, and Knocktrack coming in F-15s. Venom in a J-11. So lots of sorry, I guess 718 doesn't see the. They don't see the server. They should be joining momentarily, and we should get this one underway. Let's change. This music's a little too get up and go. Come on, Spotify on the stream deck. Connect. There you go. The whole of TAW has 2,000 members, so does that mean we're back to playing this numbers game, huh? That's how this is going down. We're gonna play the numbers game. Is that what's gonna go on here? Make sure you watch DCS World Events 2. The Yaga just posted the link. That's gonna be the TAC stream. Make sure you watch them both in multi-stream. It's gonna give you the best experience that you can have here. The most immersive experience that you can have here, and that's what I think you should do going in here.
Channel switched.
So I know you can't see the game because I haven't gotten into the game because we're still waiting on people. Papa Putton, just patience, 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 patience. Okay, let's jump to the game. There you go. So, 718 is now joining. They're getting in here now. Jumping in. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. F-15 from Insidior. It's all rearmed. It's got 6 actives and 2 AIM-9s. See who else is out here. Same coming from Frosty. Flanker on Venom. She's still empty. Still a bit naked. Still open to the world. That's an E2. Don't care about the E2. And that's I think that's it. No, they're all here. So Knocktrack, he's got his AIM-9s in a different spot, but he should be okay. I wonder if that does anything to the drag. Does that do anything to the drag if you put the AIM-9s on the outside versus the inside of that double rack? Does that do anything? I wonder if that does anything. Venom's, he's not just now rearming. He's got ERs, at least in the center pylon. 77s looks like coming on the fuselage, so 2 ERs and 2 77s so far. ET, is there going to be a second ET? Second ET. So balanced on the wings, so 2 ETs and probably 4 73s. At least that's what I'm assuming. Yeah, 4 73s. So if these guys slotted in, so LNG has slotted in. F-18, baby. So Otter is taking an F-18. Seawolf in an F-15. Lots of F-15s so far. So go grab that F-15 here. Or F-18. There it is. Man, they did such a good job on that model. Need to work on the shadows a little bit, but that model, so good. So good. Look at it. LFRO, yes. Digital crash simulator. At least that's what I've been experiencing so far lately. It's been a sad couple weekends with this, but I think we've got it all figured out. I say that, and then we're probably going to experience more crashes, you know, but we can be hopeful. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Now, is he going to get rid of these outside pylons? No. Is he taking aim? You better be careful. That's too many AMRAMs. That's too many. Don't do it. Let them know these guys are new to competitive play. So I'll let them know. I really don't want them to feel like they get disqualified for weapons. I'll let them know, because they are new, and I don't want people the matches to become a result of people just taking bad payloads. That's not good. We don't want that. Robsky, yeah, somebody not reading the rules, but just got to let people know. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. So what do we have? We have to go through all the teams. It's 4v4 since this Gold League. We've got Venom and a J11 from TAW, Noctrack, Insidior, and Frosty all in F-15s for TAW. Jump down to the L718 LNG side. Ovcross and Hell Requiem are both in J11s. Otter is in an F-18, and Seawolf is in an Eagle. So mixed coming from both sides. Pilots are primarily taking F-15s in this matchup, so we're going to see lots of actives. Lots of actives. Better fix that. Maybe he's still spooling up. Give the taxi. No, Mongoose, there was no 29. I would like to see a 29, but no 29 right now. What a great way to start up your Saturday or Sunday. It's not Saturday. It's how much these streams cut into me. I forget what day it is. It's hard to keep track of what day it is. I just don't even know. Don't even know. That's not a very good deal. That's not a bad deal. Chris, what's better, 2 single pylons or 1 double? I think if we're talking about the F-18, I'm pretty sure the double on the inside, you get rid of the outer pylon completely, and that should be the best for drag. I think. Vinny, yes, there is a limit on loadouts, so the weapons that are restricted and banned, AIM-9X and AIM-120, AIM-54 Mark 60, AIM-54C, all banned. Weapons that are restricted are actives. You are only allowed to carry 6 actives, regardless of the type. So the only actives that are available are R77 and the AIM-120. And then the AIM-54 Mark 47 is limited to 2 right now, primarily because of its desync issue. If they can fix the desync issue, it would stop being a problem. But unfortunately, the desync causes lots of problems. So right now they're limited to 2. My mic etiquette has got to be a bit better. I need to make sure that I stay in the correct spot so that you guys can hear me nice and level coming in here, so that my voice is nice and level. Watching TAW Taxi, I'm assuming 718th is going to be doing the same thing. Let's go down and check. Indeed, they are. Mongoose, if anybody says a handsaw in that, I mean, they're not a man. You should revoke their man card if they don't like the chainsaw. No 9X, Vinny. Aim 9X is banned. And the reason for all these restrictions and stuff is we want to make this competition about pilot skill. We want to limit as much as we can the amount of work the weapon is doing for you. And there are, you know, we don't want to remove everything. So there are, we do draw the line somewhere. Waiting for these guys to taxi, and we'll get this underway. This match 2 of the day of this doubleheader between 718th LNG and TAW, the Art of War. I think this is going to be a good one. We're seeing mixed airframes coming from both sides. Pan earlier had all J11s, then we had 2 F-15s and 2 Mirages coming from the 36 Stormo Verciale side. And your monitors are coming out of my ears. These guys finished taxiing. I don't think that's the taxiway. I guess they're going down that way to the taxiway. I like the spacing coming here. Very evenly spaced coming from TAW. Very, very disciplined. Robski, right. That at least that's my opinion, and that's what I've heard from people, that the missiles should be a lot better. They should be more BMS-esque. But in all honesty, as long as the missiles are even across the board, meaning they're all modeled to the same standard, not modeled exactly the same, but kept to the same standard, then it's fine. I'm totally fine with that, right? You know, they can either be way better than they are in real life or worse, as long as they're the same standard and nothing. One missile, unfortunately, like if you look at the AIM-54 in comparison, it's modeled to a different standard in my opinion and other stuff. So it just, but the majority of stuff is modeled pretty well in my opinion. They've got some downfalls. Robski, yeah, I can't wait for them to, hopefully, it's someday, do the 27R. It needs help. It needs help. But you are right. The Matra and the Magic are unfortunately at a little bit different standard. Fat Blaster, what are the prizes? Maybe one of you guys can post a link about going to the Splash One Gaming section for SATAL, or the SATAL Splash One Gaming section. Prizes and stuff coming from our sponsors. So our tier 2 sponsors, you've got Fox Mounts, Buddy Fox, TACView, and Wild Weasel Apparel. The winners of Diamond get 6 Fox Mounts for desk mounts. They get 6 TACView licenses. They get, I think they get 6 Buddy Fox UFCs. I think. I'd have to go read it again. I don't remember. And then they get a bunch of Thrustmaster gear, like a few $1,000s worth of Thrustmaster gear, TPR pedals. There's a mystery in there for people. So a lot of this stuff, and then Heapler came out and they're doing financial contributions. So there's a few $1,000s worth of kit kid on the line. Gold League is a little bit different. The winners of Gold League get a brand new inbox Thrustmaster Warthog HOTAS. I think you guys will just have to read it. I don't really remember. It's been a while since I've looked at the prize section. Just waiting on these guys to finish taxiing, but to finish that off, there is a significant prize to be won here. We're not playing just for glory, though. Playing for just for glory is a lot of times it's more than enough for these guys. It's more than enough for me too. But this has significant financial and prize contributions in it. Waiting to get the ready from 7/18. And fights on. So match 2 of the day between 7/18 and TAW is underway. Let's turn up the volume and watch these guys depart. What I want to see from these two teams, I want to see discipline. Discipline. If they come in, the team that comes in with the higher level of discipline, in my opinion, is going to come out with the victory in this match. If they come in, they're able to stay disciplined, don't overcommit, don't commit one at a time, they'll be okay. Vinny, the 9X is much better than the R73. The 9X in DCS has better CM rejection. It is smokeless. It has a 90-degree offset. I think the R73 is only 40, 45. And I think the 9X is faster, actually. So the 9X all around is better. The 73 is still great. 73 is a much older missile, but the 9X is just better. Where's the Hornet? There it is. Robski, I don't know that I'd say every way. And the reason I don't know that I'd say every way is because sometimes the smoked motors allow you to better acquire where a fight's happening with teammates so you can more readily help them. So I wouldn't say it's situational with the smoked motor, but I would rather have smokeless in all honesty. But smoked can help, but overall you are absolutely right that the 9X is better, in my opinion. in every way. Plus, the JHMCS on the Hornet is baller. It is dope as all hell. It is so good. So good in comparison to the circle that the flanker has. The circle's great, and it works really well, but the Hornets is just way, way better. Good morning, Celamorn. How are you? You guys and your name memes. You guys always making me feel loved. Always making me feel loved. Just waiting for these guys to ingress, trying to get comfortable because we got a little bit of time to kill as they come in here. Separation between these two teams is probably still about 150 nautical miles. Indeed, it is. Let's go and check and see what TAW is, or that was TAW. Let's jump down here and see what 7/18th is doing. So that's not what's causing it to crash. So I guess it's the F10 map or something that my game just does not like. So we'll try and stay out of the F10 map and zooming, and I think it's has something to do with zooming or something, but the game's going to load a lot faster, and luckily these guys are still 150 nautical miles apart. And DCS lately with the past updates has just been crashing, and I've heard that I'm not the only one experiencing these problems. So we're loading it back up. They still had a long way to go. DCS is loading much better now that we're back in here. We haven't crashed. Oof is right. Let's get some Fs in chat to pay respects for the crash of DCS for Digital Crash Simulator. And anybody from ED, I'm just giving you crap. I love your guys' sim. There's a lot of moving parts in DCS. I understand that, not everything works. And we are on the open beta, so it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta take what you can get, right? We just gotta deal with it. So we're gonna try not to zoom out. And Samurai, I'm pretty sure it's the Persian Gulf map. Something is going on. And I'm glad to hear that I am not the only one having these problems. Vinny, I don't like the Su-27. Oh, that's Mongoose. Samurai, yes, I was wrecked. I got wrecked hard. Hard! And I've been wrecked repeatedly today. It's been a rough day. Actually, I've only been wrecked once, which isn't bad. We're gonna try and limit the time we spend in the F10 map. And yeah, Vinny, you gotta remember that Mongoose loves to give me crap. He wants to wife swap with my wife and come and, hang out with me all the time. Probably just give me crap all the time. My wife's pretty good about not giving me crap. Let's talk about these guys' formations. So TAW, 3 guys up front, Frosty, Insidior, and Venom leading the way, and Knocktrack is coming in behind them. If we come down here to 7/18th in the south, it looks like they're in two... Change the music. They're in two ships. Hell Requiem and Seawolf leading the way in a 2-ship, and a possible 2-ship between Ovcross and Otter. Not sure how that's going to go. I haven't seen them come into anything definitive, but... Oh, you guys, it would help if you guys could see the scene, wouldn't it? There we go. Sorry. It's back. You guys will see it here in just a minute. It's back. So let's talk about what I was talking about again. Let's come up here now. Okay, so TAW is in what looks to be a 3-ship wall up front with a trailing singleton. So Frosty, Insidior, and Venom leading the way. Knocktrack is coming in from behind. And then if we come down here, I can't really tell what 7/18th LNG is doing. I think they're in two ships. Hell Requiem and Seawolf leading the way, followed by Ovcross and Otter. We're going to call that two ships until something definitive happens, but we're going to see. We are going to see how this plays out. DCS radio, I'd listen to that radio station, wouldn't you? You telling me you would listen to something like that? I would. What is going on here? Where are you going, Ovcross? It's not a bad camera shot. Oh no. He didn't change his loadout. We'll let him play it out. I even told him. Oh no, he did. He did. It's 6 actives. 6 active. He got it. Good. So it's 6 actives and 6 aim 9s. He's good. Thanks for the reminder, Robski, but we're good. No worries there. Good job on Otter changing his loadout. And let's see. So Ovcross has significant depth behind Otter here. 13 nautical miles. Man, if we come up here again, TAW looks like they're still in this 3-ship wall. Venom, I'd like to have some more even spacing. He's getting a little far out there. 6 nautical miles. That's only 10 kilometers. That's not bad. I'd actually may want to see Frosty more separated and more out here somewhere. Some more even spacing. As it is right now, he's making it really easy to sort, both Insidior and Frosty. So if you can separate even just a little bit and make it harder for them to sort if they've got a really restrictive scan zone, then that's great. Vinny, the AIM-9X is banned. The AIM-9S, the AIM-9M, and the P and the L, those are all allowed. Just the AIM-9X is banned. Separation between these two teams is coming down. It's now down to 40 nautical miles. And we've got a 2-ship of Hell Requiem and Seawolf leading the way, and Otter and Ovcross trailing. R77 from 40 nautical miles. You don't even have to respect that. I mean, let's watch how fast this thing runs out of energy. 1,800 kilometers. I mean, it is at 42,000 feet, but that's at like 70 kilometers. And see how fast, now that the engines come off and it's having to bleed altitude to maintain energy, we're down to 1,300 knots, coming through 1,200 knots. It's just, this missile is dead. And I bet you we're still going to be like 20 nautical miles out when we look at this. Something like that. 15 nautical miles, and that missile is out of energy. And I think it may have been fired at this back target. No, it was fired at Venom, I think. Separation between these two teams is now down to 20 nautical miles. Hell Requiem's already turning cold, and so is Seawolf. They may be trying to set up a grinder. 120 coming out from Otter. Who's that on? Looks like it's on Venom. Insidior and Frosty are pressing unopposed here really fast. 400 knots indicated at 40,000 feet. I like the altitude. I like the altitude. Like it a lot. If they come in unopposed, completely unopposed, and they get a missile off, an active off, from decently close, these guys are going to die. Insidior has turned cold. He probably exchanged some altitude. Split S, yeah, he's down to 28,000 feet. Is he climbing back? Not quite. He's maybe starting to. I'd like to see him start to climb back. I would like to see him stay hot with Frosty, but my assumption here is that he got locked up, got a little nervous, then turned cold. So Frosty puts a 120 out. Let's follow that. We may follow that in, and then a 77 comes off from Ovcross. Ovcross still not defending, but he doesn't know that 120's coming on him yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. And that 120, it might be a problem. Is it going to be trouble? Is he turning around? He notched it. Good job on Ovcross. Staying disciplined, not overreacting. Puts it into a nice little, I think it was notched. It looked like it was notched. Nice little notch there. Missile loses its target and then just says, I don't know where to go, and flies off into the wild blue yonder. Well, it actually may be still trying to track him. I think it is. It just doesn't have any energy. So if we jump here, yeah, it's completely out of energy at 500 knots. So both teams still have 4 pilots remaining. Ovcross and Knocktrack are getting quite close to one another. 13,000 feet, 37,000 feet. And Knocktrack maybe, I think Knocktrack dies here. Knocktrack, he's got an ET coming at him. And He's split-S'ing, no flares, still in gate. If that missile has energy, that's going to be a problem. Is it going to have energy? Is it going to have energy? Did it keep with him or did it lose him? I think it lost him. Wow. Oh. It didn't have the energy to keep up with him. Lucky man. Lucky man he was there. Man, that missile got really close, just outside of our screen, but he got really lucky with when he made that defensive maneuver. No flares, stayed in gate. That missile was tracking him no matter what happened, no matter what maneuvers he did. It still had energy unless the only way out there was to either flare after coming out of gate or turn cold, which he did. Turning cold, if he would have waited any longer, he still would have died. So still 4 pilots remaining for both teams. Been a much more chill event. Or not event, but matchup coming in here. Fault 691, no, there's no audio in attack view. Nothing. It is just the attack view. So I'm glad that Knocktrack realized he was getting in a little too deep. He's turned cold. I like the discipline. People are realizing when they're in a little bit too deep and making the best of it, turning around, getting their composure, coming back to the teammates. Insidior puts a 120 out on Seawolf. That's a long way, 15 nautical miles. And if Seawolf turns cold or defends in any way, shape, or form, that missile's going to be trashed. 15 nautical miles. He's still pretty fast, 23,000 feet, 450 knots. He got the pitbull warning. There's one flare. I don't think one flare is going to do a lot, especially if you stay in gate. Ladies and gentlemen, there went the missile right there. So he notched it coming down going into the vertical there. But when you stay in gate, flares going to do nothing. They're not going to do anything. Okay? Nothing. Nada. Zilch. You got to come out of gate if you flare. You got to come out of gate. You got to cut that throttle. All right? Words to live by. If you don't do that, we saw it from Stooge yesterday, you will die. It is going to happen. All right? If you don't take anything out of this and you fly DCS, take that out. If you don't come out of gate and you flare, and that missile, you want the missile to go to flares, it's not going to. You will die. So just remember that. Nothing really going on up here in the north. Venom's getting pushed back. 3-shift, Insidior, Knocktrack, and Frosty pushing on a singleton from 718th LNG Otter, who's being pressed pretty hard here coming from Knocktrack. And that second missile may have enough energy to chase him down. I think he's like, what is he doing? He's trying to get into a notch. You should just be trying to get into a notch at this point. But there go his... No, those weren't tanks. I don't think that missile's going to have enough energy. Nah, it's out of energy. And Knocktrack, again, getting tunnel vision and coming in here really deep. And LNG Cross, they're at an altitude disparity here. Does he know he's there? He's probably got him on data link. Does he see him? Does he see him? There goes a missile coming from Knocktrack on Seawolf. Knocktrack is now sandwiched between... Of Cross, LNG Otter, and Seawolf, and he is in a world of trouble. He is in a big-time amount of trouble. Big-time amount of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. That is trouble. He is up crap creek without a paddle here, and I don't know that he gets out of this. I don't know that he gets out of this at all. Look at that missile! Oh, baby, that came right behind him. That, if it had... even a fart's worth more. There's another one. Holy crap. Missile's just barely running out of energy. One finally takes him down. But Knocktrack got in just a little bit too deep. And it looks like simultaneously Venom is able to dispatch whoever it was up here to the north. But those missiles, he may be in trouble himself. He's flaring or he's chaffing. Is that ET going to hit him? Is the 77 going to hit him? The 77 got him. He was too fast to be in a notch. So that was an effective trade. And we're down to a 2v3 with 718th. 718th has the advantage. 3 pilots remaining for them. Of Cross, Seawolf, and Otter. Frosty and Insidior remaining for the TAW side. Oh, you guys are making fun of my "you will die" comment. Well, you will. I'm overly passionate about a lot of things, okay? I'm a passionate person. All right? Just leave me alone. All right? So, I want to see Insidior and Frosty regroup. That was an unlucky trade coming up here for Venom. I don't know who he got hit by. Who did he hit? I think it was Hell Requiem up there to the north. And that was just unfortunate. Now, Otter is now pressing on Insidior. Frosty has a very good opportunity here on Otter's left flank to come in a good position, especially if Otter defends to the left, which a lot of people, if they're right-handed pilots, are going to do. They like to defend left instead of defending right. And he indeed looks like he's going to defend left. No, I was wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about, evidently. He didn't do what I thought he was going to do. Otter's now dragging back to his teammates here. Let's turn up the volume and get a little bit more excited as we come in here. I like that Frosty and Insidior have seemingly regrouped. They've come back in together. I also like that 718's Otter and Seawolf have regrouped. I'd like Ovcross to come in here and press with them, which it looks like he's doing. Insidior, you can't press together. You can't press together. You can't press by yourself. But that 120, you got to defend now. Have to defend now. But I don't know that Seawolf sees him. Does Seawolf see him? No, guys, you can't be low. You can't do it. You don't see shit when you're low. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They have no idea that they're right next to one another. Right there. He's right there. And he doesn't see him. And he's turning around. That could have very easily been a double kill for Seawolf if he does take down Frosty, which I think he's going to do. No, Frosty did. Oh my God! Did you see that? Did you see that? That missile was just like, oh my God, that was close. That you could smell exhaust fumes from that. Oh man, that was nuts. I'm glad we had that camera shot. That was, oh baby. That 120B, I don't think that's going to do anything. Launching on a Cold Bandit, especially when he is set over Mach 1, not going to do anything there. Frosty and Insidior look like they're regrouping. To recommit, they need to find some higher hills. And I think they've got some hills in here to do it. They need to come together here, and then recommit. Insidior, okay, this is good. Frosty has gotten both of their attention, and Insidior is now pressing on the flank. But again, you're flying low. You're passing people. What are you doing? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So he's coming in on the trailer here. He's in on the trailer of Otter. Is he going to be able to make this work? Otter knows he's merged, but I think he's dead. There goes the 120B, and I don't think he gets away from that. At that range, you die. Indeed, he does. Frosty doing a great job of keeping Seawolf occupied, and now Insidior, we've got a line here of sandwiches. So Frosty, followed by Seawolf, who's sandwiched, followed by Insidior, who is sandwiched, followed by Upcross. So TAW has somehow equalized this from a 2v3 to a 2v2. And they again, you're flying low. Don't fly low. You die. You're gonna die because you're flying low. Your situational awareness goes to poo. It's bupkis, and now we're down to a 2v1. If you get recommitted on and you're low, that's exactly what happened. He got recommitted on, didn't have line of sight. If he was high, that wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have been able to recommit. You could have shot at him, kept him defensive, and unfortunately, Seawolf paid the price for it and is flying low. Right here, what I'd like to see Insidior and Frosty do is split turn. Insidior go left, Frosty go right. Ask Ovcross the question of which way are you going to go? He's now in a head-on. Oh, no, don't turn around. Oh, but I don't think Ovcross has any missiles. Guns coming out. And we've got a merge coming between Insidior and Ovcross. And what a reversal coming from Insidior. Does he have any AIM-9s left? Or is it M61 all the way? There's an AIM-9. Uh-oh. That's trashed. You're getting really slow, Cross. Yeah, good guns coming from Insidior. Great reversal there. And what a round that was. TAW coming back from being a man down. And jeez. Celamorn, low. I don't like flying low at all. Unless you're in a merge and you know where everybody is and you've got awesome data link coverage, your situational awareness goes straight in the crapper. And these guys got reversed on repeatedly. And it doesn't matter, the ground was tall enough that they lost line of sight, they weren't able to keep track of the bandit, and they got reversed on. It doesn't have to be tall mountains to make that happen. It was just, in my opinion, you need to climb if you're chasing somebody down. If you stay low, unless you're in completely flat terrain, if you stay low, there's a good possibility you're going to lose them. But man, what a great round that was. TAW able to bring it back, one man down. So it was initially they were 3v3, and then there was a trade, or they were at 3v4, then was a trade between Venom and Hell Requiem, then it was down to 2v3, and then TAW somehow, the two-ship of, who was the two-ship? Of Insidior and Frosty, able to just dismantle the 7/18th side. Man. Celamorn, you may be exposed, but you've got way more situational awareness. And if you're in the one pursuing, there's no reason not to be high. None at all. As long as you're not looking into your, as long as you're looking at your cockpit, you don't have anything to worry about. I mean, you guys can think that flying low is going to be useful, but in all honesty, if you fly low in a competition like this, you are more than likely going to die. It happens all the time. And I'll keep saying it, that altitude in a competition like SATAL is king. And if you've got altitude, you can trade the altitude for energy. But if you're low, you can't do anything. And if the guy is high enough that he can see over all the mountains that you're in, you being low doesn't do anything. It does bupkis. So just things to think about. And I mean, all of us liked when we first started, especially the flanker, and I'm not God, I don't know. I'm not perfect, but when we all started in the flanker, we all liked to fly low. We all liked and thought, oh, I'm never going to use the radar, I'm just going to use Erst. And that works for a lot of people, but when you fly like this, I mean, with 51st and stuff, we don't really like flying low unless we're having a notch, and then we're going to climb back up because this is a team game. This isn't 1v1. Gamma, well, these guys have data link, they have AWACS, they have ways to tell, and if you have teammates too, so you're able to tell based on proper scan patterns and stuff if somebody's being pursued. There's ways to tell. This is just my 2 cents. This is just what I think. It's how I've come to fly, and by no means does this mean that this is how you need to fly. You guys can be like Moltar. Get off your soapbox. You have no idea what you're talking about. Just stop. Just stop. You have no idea. And that could be very true. But well done from TAW to come back on that. That was epically well flown to come back from that man down in that 3v2 engagement. Well done. Oh, man. Oh. Have to adjust. How long of a flight do these guys have to RTB? Don't do it. To RTB back. Not too bad. 63 nautical miles. So not too bad. Man, what a fight. It's always the second matches of the day for Gold League that are the good ones. Every time. Every time. It's always the second match of the day. When that happens, last week was a good one. The week before that was a good one. It's just, it never ends. It's always phenomenal. The second match. It's always hectic, I should say. Let's catch up on stuff. I gotta catch up on who's here. So Andy Tenar with the raid, Fly Sky High, VTB, Black Furball, Air Crows, Gorlo, you already follow. Michio Cosmic, Steel Tiger, and Ballstick. Thank you for the follows. Hopefully you enjoy the show. Much love. Thanks for coming out and showing support. Mongoose dropping 10 bits and says, get in there with the Hornet and do work, Otter. Man, he tried, but I think he paid for it from flying low. Let's turn this up and watch these guys RTB. Give my voice a little break. Morty, thanks for the follows. And Thermos Trofol drops 5 bits and says, Moltar, I like airplanes. If only all of us were that honest. Oh, Celamorn, I'm not saying flying low isn't bad. The only thing is bad. The only thing I'm saying is that if 7/18th was higher in that situation, giving pursuit, it would have been very easy for them to win because they could have very easily kept TAW on the defensive. But them flying low, with TAW did it right flying low because they were outnumbered. That's the only thing they could have done. But them flying low with TAW made it very difficult to utilize their numbers advantage. It completely demolished their situational awareness, and it made it really hard to keep track of one another. So what I'm saying is that when you have the advantage and you're in pursuit, you have to climb. If you don't, you're equalizing the playing field, and you shouldn't be entering fights 50-50. You want to be entering fights with as much of the situation in your court as possible. You want to dictate the fight as much as you can, and if you fly how the enemy wants you to fly, but if you fly how the enemy flies, that's not how you really want to do that. I said it was bad. What I meant was in that situation. So we'll go from there. We'll go by that. That's what I meant. Anyway, back to listen to these guys come back into Shiraz. Oh, no. I guess we're not going to see them land. The game crashed. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Vinny, yeah, there's been friendly fire. Definitely in this. From actives, from IR missiles, there's been plenty. So don't... And it does happen. I mean, fratricide definitely happens. I don't know that there's been any this year. I think there's been one incident of friendly fire happening this year, at least. Well, at least the game crashed there at the end. So we have TAW going up 1 round to 0 in this best of 3. You making fun of my music? I've got trolled? Huh? I like this music. I like synthwave. What's your deal? 80s. Heyday. Heyday of Gen 3 and Gen 4 fighters. What are you talking about? What are you making fun of my music for? No. Judge Samurai, no. That's not the first gun skill. There's been several. There has been several very good gun skills coming in. And I don't know. I don't think we've reset the server yet, so I'm going to do that real quick. Maybe he did reset it. He is resetting it right now. Solomon, hold the door, baby. Gotta hold that door. Unfortunately, 36 didn't do a very good job of holding the door. I've got trolled. Well, you know, if cancer's your thing, then that's what it is. You can always mute everything and be quiet. That's always a possibility. What kind of music do you like, sir? Music reminds me of Iron. That's kind of the way I'm going. That's where I want to be. I want people to think of jets and 80s porn. Those are the two things I want people to think about. Those are the important things. Heavy rock beats. Yeah, I like heavy rock. This is just the theme we went with this year. Arena's probably going to have something more along the lines of rock. Actual rock music and guitar and heavy metal and stuff. I think that's the route for the theme. I'm gonna go for that. Get these guys in here. Get these guys in here and get round 2 underway. I really hope we see a continuation of the action that we just saw in round 1, because that was epic. That was beyond epic. Dream Theater would be solid. Not bad. I don't know that Dream Theater is necessarily heavy enough. I don't know. But while we're waiting, let's look at the schedules and see what we got going down. So this is the Diamond League schedule. We'll talk about Gold League a little bit later, but we're in Gold League, so it is what it is. Diamond League, next week, 1400 Zulu, IRIAF versus Chinese Festival. That'll probably be a pretty solid matchup. And then 1700 Zulu, we've got TAW versus 36. So make sure you tune in next week. We do this every week, Saturday and Sunday, 1400, 1700 Zulu. I have no life. DCS is my life. I am a virtual armchair aviator, okay? This is what I do. This is my life. No making fun of me. The following, after that, on May 11th, we have Reservoirs Elite versus UVAF. And then week after that, it's 51st Bisons versus N-Sky. Reservoirs Elite versus UVAF will probably be a really solid match. And then 51st versus N-Sky is also going to be a good matchup, because I think N-Sky beat them last year. think. I don't remember if it was them or Chinese Festival, but it's definitely a possibility. Let's jump back to the studio. Is anybody... People are home. I don't know what Yaga's just telling me the server's up. And people are loading in. We're still missing one guy from TAW. They're Su-27. And guys, we gotta try and make this quick because I'm supposed to leave here at 2. So give the spool and taxi command, and they should be good, and we should be fine. We got an hour left, and we're already in the server, baby. We're already ready to rock and roll. So this shouldn't be a problem at all. While we're waiting, random question: what can we do? What can I do? Or what can the organizers do to make your guys' stream experience? Excuse me, your guys' stream experience better. How can we make DCS World Events, SATAL, how can we make this better? What is your opinion? How can we do that? Let's jump in here to the match. You guys will see again, I remembered the scoreboard. This is mind-blowing. Morty, at 2 o'clock my time, which isn't in about an hour. I'm Central United States. Here in the 7/18th guys spool. Post nudes? Maybe. Maybe. Feeling cute. Might delete later. Remove the ads? Can't really do that. We gotta take care of our sponsors. Good suggestion though. Get rid of my backwards hat. I don't want to show you guys my receding hairline. No. Archangel, it's if you type !schedule, you will see it. There is that site will show you all the team brackets and the schedules and how teams are sitting right now and all that stuff. No. Penharamas, I'm not going anywhere until the match is done. I'm just saying we got to get this done because I got a son's baseball game I got to go to. More Mrs. Moltar? I don't think she's ever been on the stream before. Maybe one day. She's up taking care of our daughter who's 5 months old and our 8-year-old. They just got back from a soccer game. At least I still have a hairline. I don't know about that. It's going quickly. I mean, I'm 31, so it is what it is, but PS4 sim drivers. What does that even mean? You mean like racing sim drivers? Is that what you mean? Are we talking Ace Combat? Are we advertising in here? Shadow says, don't worry, I can take over. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Some commentary for noobs. Skeleton stick bug. Can you elaborate on that? Give me a breakdown on what you mean by that. Fat Blaster, hair is definitely overrated. My wife likes me to hold on to it for God knows what reason, but I like to just buzz it off. It's way easier. I don't have to deal with it. I mean, I still have a buzz. She buzzes it at like a 1 or a 2. I'm not completely bald, but I never tried Rogaine. Does Rogaine actually work? Not that I would use it, but does it actually work? Like, is it a thing that's successful? Mongoose, yeah, different airframes would be cool. It's just hard. It's hard to make everything balanced. It's a little bit easier if you go semi-active only, but then the new stuff has way better systems. You're more than welcome to fly an F5 or a MiG-21 in here. We have seen a couple MiG-29s, but it's just they're not equal. There is an event coming eventually of MiG-15s versus F-86s. That is coming. So don't worry about that. These guys are pulling onto the runway, getting ready to depart. See if we can get a better... That is not what I wanted. There we go. My wife actually encouraged me to get into DCS. She knew I was a huge aviation nerd, and she likes having me at home. So, LFRO, maybe it's just that you haven't found the correct lady. I think that's your primary problem. You got to find the correct lady that accepts or encourages DCS in your alone time. But if you're talking about it having DCS attract the ladies, no, that's probably not going to happen. Let's change camera angles here. Wait, quick, we're going to go up here. Mongoose is really adamant about this simulator talk. He's not a fan of us calling this a game. Are these guys ready? Yeah, they're ready. Both teams are ready. Let's get this show. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wrong button. Let's get this show on the road. Let me jump to my camera angle again. Mongoose, I did marry the perfect lady. She is fantastic. She's 1 in a million. Probably more. Odds are less than 1 in a million. She's great. So, fight's on. And let's get round 2 underway. Will 7/18th be able to come back from the TAW comeback that took place in the previous round? Are they going to push this to a round 3? That is the question. Let's jump straight back into this. You guys are talking about a double ugly on the F-18. Did I miss that? Oh my god, I did. Look at that loadout. Man. Man, oh man. I guess he realized he didn't need that many missiles, and maybe he thought that there was too much drag. It's still a lot of missiles. 6 AMRAAMs and 4 AIM-9s, so still a ton, and 2 fuel tanks. I don't know, that maybe he was low on fuel last time. Not entirely sure, but 2 less missiles. I wonder if this is worse drag or better drag than having that inside pylon. You guys, bring the conversation back. Why is it going downhill? It needs to be exciting. You guys are ruining it. You're ruining my day. I don't like it. Change the music. You're not going to change? There we go. Okay, so separation between these two teams. I'm not going to zoom out all that much. There is Kish. Where is Shiraz? There's Shiraz. Down to 130 nautical mile separation. Let's jump in here. I love the aggressor skins, or the whatever this is for the flanker. So pretty. Oh, I gotta get comfy. Sometimes, I swear, sitting in this chair for 5 or 6 hours every Saturday or Sunday is going to give me a big butt. You guys will love that. Then you can, instead of having SATAL, you can have workouts with Moltar. It'll be a great time. Separation now should be coming down to 100 nautical miles. Now we're down to 110. I think you guys were talking about the formation here. I really think 7/18th is trying to do some type of grinder as they come in. He's too far away to pick anybody up, but 355 knots at 28,000 feet. It's not too bad. He's rocking all R77s. What about the other J11? What does he have? 2 77s and 2 ERs and 2 ETs. So not bad. The double ugly on the F-18. Let's come down here to the TAW side. What does this J11 have? 2, 2, and 2. So very different. Well, we've 2 of the same loadout, different positionings on the fuselage, and then a all R77 loadout coming from one of the 7/18th LNG guys. So separation between the two teams is under 100 miles. 95, 99, somewhere in there. Hal Ruckwilliam leading the way for the 7/18 side. Mongoose, they don't really try and stay below contrails altitude. They go above them. So he's going through contrails right now. In all likelihood, he'll break through contrails on the high side of the altitude range. And you want the altitude. In all honesty, in the first pass, you're going to get seen. They're going to see you in radar, so the contrails really don't matter. So don't worry about that. The reason you don't see them contrailing a lot of times is because they're above contrails. But you want to get that high because you want the altitude for your missiles to have more energy as they come off the rail. They also have less friction encountered as they come through the less dense air, and they're able to convert that energy from the higher altitude convert that altitude into higher energy as they descend towards their targets. They have increased range, significantly increased range at a higher altitude than at lower altitude. But the contrails for a first pass, they don't really matter. And a lot of times in the second passes and stuff, you're not going to climb that high back to contrails unless you're using them to show teammates and stuff where exactly you are for passing and all that stuff. So contrails can be used from a tactical view. They're not just detrimental. You can use them as a positive. They're not just a negative. Separation between the two teams is down under 60 nautical miles. Frosty and Insidior are leading the way. Hell Requiem and Ofcross are leading the way for the 7/18th side. Looks like the fight is going to take place just southeast from Bullseye. Samurai. They probably have no idea. They think some Molten's like some really cool guy or some really big douche that gives himself a nickname like JP from Grandma's Boy. That's probably me. You know, I'm invisible as I pull up against the wall. My setup, I've got that chair with the pull-down monitor from the top. That sounds pretty much like me. I wear a black trench coat everywhere. Flat spin, we don't know if they're doing anything differently. They look like they have the same formation as they had before. I haven't seen them do anything really differently. They're in the same lead formation. Last time Seawolf was a little bit further back and Otter was way back. So I don't know what they're going to do. Show, I don't know why. I mean, I think I do, but we're having less crashes. But I don't really know exactly why. Long ET, can we grab that? That could potentially be a threat if they don't see that coming. This may just saunter on in if they don't turn away. This has a bit of potential. It's at 40,000 feet, so it can descend. We can see the target out there. We can see him. It's tracking. Uh-oh. Oh, no. TAW, is this going to round 3? Are you going to be able to keep up with him? Or are you going to do it? Nope. Nope. It ran out of energy. Dang. He didn't even know that thing was there. Had no idea that was there. It had potential. It was a little bit too far away. Just barely. Just barely. If that thing had energy and he didn't decide to turn around at the last second, he would have died. Man, it doesn't... You don't dodge ETs by much closer than that. That was close. Seawolf with a 120 bearing down on him from Frosty. He's not defending. There's the pitbull warning, I'm assuming, coming from him. Still not defending. He's really high. Seawolf, what are you doing? Oh, no. You didn't defend and you died. Oh, no. What happened? You're dead. Oh. So pilots are now 4 for TAW, Venom, Insidior, Noctrack, and Frosty, and 3 left for 7/18th, Ofcross, Otter, and Hell Requiem. This is kind of how it started out last time. 7/18th was a little bit... They were... Well, no, it was the other way around. I'm sorry. It was the other way around last time. So, will 7/18th be able to come back from this? Are they going to be able to overcome the numerical odds that TAW now possesses? TAW is starting to drop their tanks as we see him fall away from Noctrack. You can see high marks coming from one of his teammates. Can we grab him? No. And here comes the press. So separation is 26 nautical miles. Otter and Ofcross leading the way. Long 120s coming from Otter. They're not going to have any energy. I don't know if they're trying to... I don't know if they're trying to just get reactions, but that missile's going to be dead. I mean, what's right along with this? Watch how we're already under 1,000 knots. I mean, this thing's just bleeding energy. It can't. It's not going to be able to turn with anybody. It just, you can see somebody off there in the distance. It just doesn't have any energy. So these long-range missiles are just, they're not going to do anything. They're not cost-effective, in my opinion. It's more, you have more value holding on to the weapon than just throwing it away, launching at 26 miles or so. It's not worth it. So Frosty completely ignoring that 120, which is now almost at a standstill, and all three of them pressing the 7/18th side. So all of 7/18th, they've got a couple. Otter's still pretty high. I don't think Otter shot one missile. He's dropped his tanks, which is good. Still got 4 AIM-9s, 5 120s. Mongoose, that may be the case. Shoot, okay, and then pull the trigger. Definitely a possibility. So Frosty, 18,000 feet. I'd like to see him climbing instead of descending. Insidior, you could probably climb a little bit more. I recognize that you're still okay high at 22,000 feet. Knock Track, 23,000 feet. I'd like them to be just under cons. The cons are probably at like 30,000, somewhere in that ballpark. Vinny, yes. And I think it's actually longer than that. The AIM-54 has a burn time of roundabouts a minute. It's a very, very fast missile. And it has a very, very long range. 120 out from Insidior. And it is on Otter. 16 nautical miles. Not gonna do a whole lot. But man, he was really slow. And he's starting to descend. So that, if he doesn't speed up that much, I think a lot of this is his drag. 300 knots. Nah, that missile's going to be trash by the time it gets to him. Hell Requiem and Upcross now both pressing on Insidior, and Insidior may be in trouble. He's got an ET coming at him. He doesn't see it. We can see it because it's coming from low. Nope, it's coming from behind him. It's going to the guy behind him. It's going at Knock Track. And Insidior... Uh-oh. Good launch. I think he dies. He's turning away. Doesn't get away. We missed one of the kills there. I think. Somebody died. No, don't. Ah! Why? Why, game? Why? Oh, no. Why you do this? Oh. This is killing me. Why you... I don't know. F's and RIPs to pay your respects. What even... Why? Why, game? DCS. I mean, we may just have to remove Persian Gulf until they fix this. This is getting a bit ridiculous. I mean, it's crashing all the time. Digital disconnects is just causing problems. I'm almost back in. Shocks or Sean, definitely you messed it up. You jinxed me. Let's jump back in. Come on. Let's get in here. What we got? We didn't miss a whole lot. I don't think we missed any kills. So this is good. I don't think we missed any kills. I think we're okay. So Insidior is running away from Hell Requiem. We're in. I don't think we missed anything. Just DCS things. How high are these guys? 6,000. See, Frosty, this is what I was talking about last round. I'd like him to be climbing. Venom, doing it properly. He's climbing. I like this. He's recommitting. You could be continuing on here. Now, lock warning. As soon as you get a warning here, you turn cold, and you got to be watching low. You got to be scanning low. You have to be assuming that your opposition is indeed low. How high is Frosty? He's low. See, this is you can't see anything. You're in an F-15. You got to be high. You can't see crap. Got to be high. You got the numbers advantage. Don't be low. Can't see anything. Venom can see everybody. He's high. Relay that to your teammates, and then you guys should be climbing. Climb, climb, climb. So climb. Don't stay low. Climb as you're chasing him down. Come on, baby. And you're not going to climb. So Insidior staying under 5,000 feet. Frosty staying under 4,000 feet. Venom doing it right. Or was. He still is getting his climb on. At 10.5, 500 knots. So see how the terrain is almost a non-factor when he's this high? It doesn't matter. He can see over most of the hills. He can much more easily see smoked launches coming from the 718th J11s. It's not as much of a problem. 2 long-range 120s. Those are long way. 20 nautical miles coming from Otter. Not going to do anything. Not going to do anything at all. So Insidior and Frosty, you got to be climbing, in my opinion. Put yourself in a better position. Don't do what 718th did last time. Venom. Well done, Venom. Yes. Yes. Well done. He's doing it right. Climbing. And you see how much further he's able to identify Hell Requiem? And then he's able to put a missile on him to put him at bay. Yes, he gets a missile launched at him, but he gets an early warning, is able to identify that it's a threat, turns cold, converts that altitude into energy, and runs away. So that missile is a non-factor as he comes in here. That, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the advantages of altitude. So Insidior, on the other hand, is low, and he can't do anything. He can't see anybody. Somebody could be on just the other side of that hill. Somebody could be right behind him, and nobody would have any idea. So altitude, altitude, altitude. He looks like a Lego man in that right there. Show enough. Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. I will not remember that, but I will try. Otter putting a couple more 120s out. He's only got 1 left. 1 120 left and 4 AIM-9s. Is that going to be a problem later? Is it going to be a problem? Venom, not climbing now. What you doing? Everybody's below 3,000 feet. Except Otter. Except Otter doesn't want to jump into the fight. Venom, you were doing it right. And now you're not so much doing it right. You're low. Fly. Higher, like a bird. Climb. Embrace the altitude. We'll see if it comes back to bite him, or if, maybe I'm just completely wrong and they end up taking it because they're flying low. Hell Requiem's got his press on now, it looks like. 13 nautical miles pressing on Insidior. I'd like to see these guys press together from a higher altitude. Right now, I think they're not very aggressive because they're low and they have no idea what's going on around them. Venom is at 6,000 now. He's climbing a little bit. Now I say that, and he's descending again. So fuel may be starting to come into play here. Separation's 13 nautical miles as Hell Requiem and Otter are both turned cold. They're now moving north away from the TAW formation. Frosty's leading the way for TAW in his F-15, passing 6,700 feet. He's climbing. Good, 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 good. You're going to have a better picture at this altitude. You're able to see over these hills. He's going to know exactly where Hell Requiem is. And Hell Requiem's going to have a very difficult time identifying where Frosty is because the guy's co-altitude with you. It's much easier to see. But if he's higher than you, man, he's hard to pick out against that black sky. Very difficult to see. Now Frosty turns around. I'm assuming that's because Hell Requiem's recommitted. Let's back up here. We're a little too zoomed in. Hell Requiem immediately turns around. Trying to hide, I think, in the hills. Which, for their side, flying low isn't necessarily a bad thing because they need to hide. They're outnumbered. It is what it is. Venom, 8,000 feet. He can see over the hills. I'm assuming he can see Hell Requiem. Yeah, I bet you he can. What is that missile going to do? How far is that? On a cold bandit? 10 nautical miles, so not horrible. Otter puts a 120 out. That's his last one on Venom. And both of the LNG guys turn cold. Hell Requiem begins to recommit. And they're getting in close now. Here comes the 73. That's a long-range 73 coming from 4 nautical miles. 120. That looks like an old 120, but another one out from Insidior. And that one is not on Hell Requiem. That's on Otter. But this one, Frosty put one on him. That spells trouble. That smells possible disaster. Smells like bad news coming for Hell Requiem. He's low. Is he going to be able to bleed it out of energy? I don't know. Yes. Yes, he is. But Frosty and Insidior pressing together. Insidior, at least, or Frosty, at least, is decently high, 10,000 feet, which is good. Very, very good. And you'll see here, look at how difficult this is going to be. He can't even see him. Now he does. But it's too late. He's already launched on his compadre. However, I think his compadre was able to flare it. Indeed, he was. So Hell Requiem is now sandwiched. So flying high doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get jumped. He was able to see the missile, look at it, and identify it and defend against it. Hell Requiem gets popped by a close-range AIM-9 coming from, I think that was Insidior, and AIM-9 coming from Otter onto Insidior. He gets popped, loses his nose cone, but the F-15's like, I don't care. I'm going to keep on flying. And now Otter is in a world of trouble. He's coming in, and he gets taken down, turning into the F-18 Hornet pencil that he is, takes another one, and flies headlong into the ground. And that spells the end of this matchup as long as TAW is able to make it back, which I don't think they're going to have a problem doing. Hold on. That spells the end for TAW, and I don't think they're going to have any trouble making it back. G's. Yes, you can see G there. So 11G is definitely a possibility. Yeah, the 15, the meme damage model that it is, it's a little weird. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. I don't anticipate these guys having any trouble coming back. Frosty, Venom, and Insidior are all available for RTB, so I think this is where I'm going to leave it. I've got to go. I have to go to a Suns baseball game. So, guys, thanks for coming to hang out with us. It's been a big pleasure. I always enjoy doing this. It's always a ton of fun. But, unfortunately, family calls and family over the sim every time. That's really what's important. I'm lucky enough to have a wife that allows me to do this, but guys, family over the sim every time. So let's jump back in and look at the schedule for next week here again real quick. I'm gonna jump out of the server real quick, and if we look up here, so again for Diamond League next week we have IRIAF versus Chinese Festival, and then we have TAW versus 36 Stormo Vertiale. And then for Gold League, we have Viper Squadron versus the 100 Key Up. I'm anxious to see that one. And then number 15 Battle Axes versus the Tiger Mercs at 1700. So 4 great matches coming next week. Make sure you tune in. Sorry to cut it a little bit short, but duty calls. Got to be a good husband. Suns baseball game. It is a lot of fun. But what a great matchup for both matches that went down today. First one between Pan and 36 Virtuale, with Pan just taking it to 36. And this one, TAW versus, I'm blanking, 7/18th, and TAW really taking it to 7/18th, with a really exciting round one. What a great round that was. But guys, that's all she wrote from me. Thanks for the sponsors. Thank you for TacView. Thank you to Buddy Fox. Thank you to Fox Mounts. Thank you for Wild Weasel Apparel. And, of course, thank you to Heapler, Eagle Dynamics, and, of course, Thrustmaster. You guys make the world go round. If you guys haven't checked out the page already, make sure you check out the SATAL thread or the SATAL page on SplashOneGaming.com. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. That's how you get all the most up-to-date information. There will be a module giveaway there will definitely be a module giveaway coming very, very soon. Probably F-14, maybe it's going to be an F-18, maybe some Persian Gulf stuff. It's coming. It's coming. So make sure you follow us on Twitter so you can catch that. Watch for the recap videos on YouTube. Make sure you follow and subscribe us on YouTube. Make sure you follow us here. I know I'm preaching that stuff, but I don't want you guys to miss out on any of this action. I mean, we go live. I'm not in this for the money. I just want you guys to make sure you're not missing out on the action, because it seems like a lot of people really enjoy this. But that's it. That's all I got. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Have a good one. My name's Moltar, and this was SATAL. Have a good rest of your week.